Imagine controlling a fortune so massive that you could buy entire global corporations with cash. A fortune built not on inventing a smartphone or founding a social media app, but simply by buying and holding pieces of ordinary businesses. This is the story of Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. He didn't inherit a tech empire. He didn't take massive, reckless gambles. Instead, he treated investing like a slow, unstoppable snowball. Here is exactly how a kid who started by delivering newspapers became the richest person on earth. It started in Omaha during the Great Depression. While other kids played games, Warren counted numbers. At just 6 years old, he bought 6 packs of Coca-Cola for 25 cents and sold individual bottles to neighbors for a nickel each. A 20% profit. By age 13, he was running multiple newspaper routes. He didn't spend his earnings. He tracked every penny. By age 14, he used $1,200 of his savings to buy 40 acres of Nebraska farmland, renting it out to a local tenant farmer. Before he even graduated high school, Warren Buffett was a landlord. Buffett's raw entrepreneurial hustle met its perfect match when he attended Columbia Business School. There, he met the man who would rewire his brain forever, Professor Benjamin Graham. Before Graham, Wall Street viewed stock investing like a trip to the casino, pure speculation. Graham taught Buffett a radically different philosophy called value investing. Graham's core rule was simple. A stock is not just a blip on a ticker screen. It represents fractional ownership of a real, breathing business. Sometimes, the stock market panics and sells a great business for far less than it is actually worth. Graham called this buying with a margin of safety. Think of it like buying a $10 bill for only $5. If you do that repeatedly, it is mathematically impossible to lose over the long term. Buffett absorbed this rule into his DNA. Armed with this secret recipe, Buffett returned to Omaha. In 1956, at age 25, he started Buffett Partnership Limited with $105,000 raised from family and friends. His own personal contribution? Just $100. His strategy was obsessive. He would sit alone in a small room, reading thousands of pages of corporate financial reports that other investors found too boring to touch. He looked for unloved, obscure companies trading for less than their cash on hand. The results were staggering. Over the next decade, while the broader stock market grew at a respectable pace, Buffett's partnership compounded at an astonishing nearly 30% annually. He wasn't just beating Wall Street, he was completely obliterating it. By 1962, his tiny partnership was worth millions, and Warren himself was officially a millionaire. But then came the biggest mistake of his life, an error that ironically became the foundation of his ultimate wealth. In the mid-1960s, Buffett started buying shares of a failing New England textile business called Berkshire Hathaway. The business was dying because cheap foreign competition was crushing American fabric mills. The company's management tried to cheat Buffett out of a few cents per share during a stock buyback. Furious, Buffett did something completely out of character. He bought controlling interest in the entire company just so he could fire the manager. Buffett later admitted that trapping his capital in a dying textile mill was a multi-billion-dollar blunder. But instead of crying over spilled milk, he pivoted. He stopped reinvesting money into the failing fabric business. Instead, he used Berkshire Hathaway as a shell company to buy a completely different type of business, insurance. This move into insurance was the true turning point that made Buffett the richest man in the world. When you buy insurance, you pay your premium up front. The insurance company holds onto that money until you file a claim, which might be years later. This massive pool of temporary cash sitting in the middle is called the float. To Buffett, the float was a dream come true. It was millions, and eventually billions, of dollars of other people's money that he could use to invest for his own profit, completely free of charge. He used this insurance float to buy massive stakes in dominant consumer brands like National Indemnity and Geico. He shifted from buying cheap, dying companies to buying high-quality, legendary businesses with unshakable competitive advantages, what he called economic moats. When he bought See's Candies or Coca-Cola, he knew competitors couldn't easily replicate their brand loyalty. These companies generated massive, predictable streams of cash, which rolled right back into Berkshire Hathaway, allowing Buffett to buy even more businesses. But the real secret weapon of Warren Buffett isn't just his stock-picking skill. It is time. Take a look at this chart. More than 90% of Warren Buffett's current wealth was accumulated after his 65th birthday. This is the raw power of compound interest. If you earn 20% on your money in 1 year, that's great. But if you compound that same return year after year, for 7 decades, the numbers break human intuition. Your money begins to make money, and then that new money makes even more money, turning into an avalanche of wealth. While other Wall Street titans burned out, took too much leverage, or went bankrupt during market crashes, Buffett stayed patient. He survived high inflation, dot-com bubbles, and global financial crises by keeping billions in cash ready to deploy when everyone else was panicking. In 2008, the snowball reached the top of the mountain, officially making Warren Buffett the richest person in the world. He didn't get there by being flashier than everyone else. He got there by mastering 3 simple rules. Buy what you understand. Protect your downside with a margin of safety. Let time do the heavy lifting. You don't need billions to start. The best time to start building your own financial snowball is right now. If you found this breakdown valuable, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into wealth creation, and leave a comment below. What is your favorite Warren Buffett investment? See you in the next video.